Shalom, shalom. Welcome each and every one of you. This is From Here on In by Everett Almond from the YouTube Audio Library. The YouTube Audio Library. From Here on In, Everett Almond. Thank you so much for joining in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and connect. This is a time of encouragement, not discouragement. This is for positive thoughts right here and right now. Welcome each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining in, whether you're watching on the live or on the replay. Thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing out there? What nation are you watching from? What tribe are you a part of? And what is your tongue? What is your language? What language do you speak? We're going to talk about encouragement. Encouragement right here. And we're going to talk about how it is that we are to encourage one another. For such a time as this, because we are going in. We don't have any time for anything other than what is positive, what is good, what is peaceful. How are you doing, Wanda? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Romania. Wow, you're from Romania. I have a spiritual mother from Romania. Very nice people. Romania. Definitely like Romania. Gonna give a shout out to Romania and also tell her about you, that you were watching from Romania. And how are you doing, Wanda? How is everything going? Are you having a good time? Are you having a wonderful time? Are you having a mediocre time? Well, whatever time you're having, this is a time of encouragement. So you will definitely have some smiles and laughter before you disconnect from this live. Thank you so much for joining in, each and every one of you. And Romania. Wow, Romania. Absolutely wonderful watching from Romania. So we're just going to focus on encouragement, what is positive. There's definitely enough that is going on right here and right now that is not positive, that is not good. So we're going to focus on what is good and positive. We're going to go in the opposite direction. Many people are talking about the doom and the gloom and what is not good. So you may ask, what is all the glitter in the background? As you know, this is the victory season, the celebration time. So I wanted the table to be set with this light blue tablecloth and with these candles in the background. These are not the ones that are lit that will burn, much safer, a lot better. They don't produce all of that smoke. So this in the background, that is that glitter. That is like garland or something like that. But it's very interesting. I like it only because it's gold. And that represents the celebration time, royalty, kings and queens. So we're going to focus on encouragement. And hopefully you will have what you need so you can start that business, write that book, sing that song, dance that dance, or whatever it is that you know that you need to be doing. Perhaps you've been putting it off for days and months and weeks and years, but now is the time for you to start it. And it's going to come to you much easier than you thought it would, because you're going to have the keys to unlock those victories in your life and to help those around you to do the same. So amazing and so incredible. We're going to talk about encouragement because each and every one of us need encouragement. You need it, I need it, we need it, but we need love because this is definitely the love circle. However, we are focusing on encouragement during this live. And the title is to do with building as it pertains to the kingdom. So many of us tend to be focused on what is natural, what we see with our natural eyes, but everything is much deeper than that. There is the spiritual. We have to connect to the spiritual because the spiritual realm is definitely important as the natural and the spiritual are intertwined with one another. So we need to know about spiritual concepts and the spiritual laws so that we can prosper, so that we can be victorious. That's right. So we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about it. And we're going to definitely have a good time here today on this live. And definitely encourage one another. That's right. Encourage each other. That's what we need to be doing. We don't need to focus on what is negative and what is dark because we have that light to shine. We don't have to entertain anything that is not good and positive. So we need encouragement. You need it. I need it. Everybody needs encouragement so that we can definitely be encouraged. Encouragement is incredible. Many people love encouragement. Some people do, and others do not. But we're definitely going to have encouragement today, regardless of what else is going on. So we're going to get started. In case you don't know, my name is Shifrah Yocheved Yisrael, and I'm here to bring something of priceless value to you, not to take anything away from you. So this is the Love Circle, and we're here so that we can spread that joy, that kindness, that peace, and everything else that is good. Definitely, but is good. So we're going to focus on what is good and keep going from there. Again, thank each and every one of you for joining, whether you're watching on the live or the replay. Definitely glad you could make it in today, and definitely glad that you are here. So how can we build? What do we need? What are the keys to this? We need to know the keys so that we can build the right way, the kingdom way. And perhaps you may think of some. You could put it in the comments. You could send it via email or however you would like to do it. So the word kingdom has to do with royalty, and we know that we are royalty. We are not ones that are not royalty. We are definitely royalty in every sense of the word. And we have been given what we need so that we can create wealth. And when we're building not just for today, not just for now for ourselves, but we're building for the generations to come. We're building for those to come after us, not just for our families, not just for our nation, but for all people. That's what we are here to do. We're here so that we can leave a legacy and so that we can impact nations and generations to come. That is definitely the focus for us as kingdom builders. And illustration is when you have those that are in construction and they're building that brand new house and they're building it brick by brick, layer by layer. And they have to be sure that when they do it, they have to be careful so that no one gets injured in the process. And you have to be mindful that when we are building, we want to be sure that we are using the right tools, that we are using the right materials, and that we are building on a firm foundation. We don't want to build on what is not firm and solid. And that could go for anything. It can go for a marriage, it can go for parenting, it can go for business, entrepreneurship, philanthropy. You can apply that to just about everything, honestly. So it's not just me that has some ideas. Perhaps you have some ideas and you may want to share some of your ideas of how to build because we have been anointed to build. And you may wonder, what exactly are we going to do as we are building? Well, I was thinking about it and I said, well, in order to build, we need to know exactly what to do and when to do it. We definitely need to know how to do it and who to do it with. Otherwise, we're just spinning our wheels or wasting our time. So we need to have some structure. Without structure, we're not going to get very far. Without structure, we're going to have a lot of hiccups and bumps and errors and mistakes and regrets. So we want to avoid that. We want to be sure that we are mindful of what we are doing. We have to be intentional. So on this morning, this night, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are, whatever time zone, welcome. We are going to get into it and talk about it right here and right now. And please share the live. So the theme here is kingdom empowerment and the keys to living victoriously. And it also is connected with prosperity because we want to be prosperous. We want to have wealth, not just with material or tangible items. We want to have wealth in every sense of the word. We want to have excellent health. We want to have it all, not just some of it. And when we have it all, we definitely can help others. Some think it is not possible to have it all, but I'm telling you, it is so possible to have everything that we desire. We can have all of the blessings. We definitely can. When we take the limits off, not just off of ourselves, but off our Creator. We don't want to be in boxes. So we may want to reflect on the different keys to unlock the victory and prosperity in our lives. So, what I want to talk to you about in this subtitle right now is framing the conversation. Framing the conversation. What empowerment means in a kingdom content. What empowerment means in a kingdom content. So we have to know that the kingdom is larger than ourselves, it's wider than ourselves, but we need to be sure that we fund the kingdom. And what does that mean? We have to have that kingdom context, exactly. And we have to contrast prosperity of items or things in comparison to prosperity of the spirit, mind, and what is definitely valuable. People are valuable in our lives, the relationships that we have with people, not just our husbands or our wives, our parents and our siblings and our daughters and sons, but every type of relationship will definitely have an impact on our lives, the decisions that we make. So we want to focus on that and reflect on it. How are we framing? What are we doing? What are the decisions we are making? Are we being wise? Are we making good decisions? As some prefer to use the word choice, are we making wise choices? Are we using our time wisely? Are we wasting our time on what is frivolous, on what is not valuable, what is not worthy of our time? So we want to be sure that we are good managers of everything, our time, talent, treasures, and everything. Everything that we do and say is like a seed. So we want to be sure that we're using good seeds. And when we plant those seeds, we want to have a harvest. We want to have a tree that grows into a love tree. We want to have a tree that grows into a life tree. We want to have a tree that grows that has light. And we want to be ones that do what is connected to the truth, the voice of truth. So I'm going to list some of the keys that I came up with. I'm going to take them one by one with a short thought, story, or an illustration. And perhaps you can think of some. You can put it in the comments if you like, or you could just jot it down and get your notebook, pen, or paper so you can remember and reflect on it later. So you will have these keys. So you may not have to come again if you are not wanting to do so. It's all up to you. So I'm going to start with the one that I came up with first, which is generosity. And you may ask, why generosity? And this is the reason. Giving opens doors. Giving opens doors. So I'm going to start over. The first key is generosity. Why is the first key generosity? Giving opens doors. And what does it open the door to? Wealth. It opens the door to many doors of blessings and opportunity, prosperity, and so much more. The second key is joy. You may ask, why is the second key joy? Strength that carries us through trials. Joy is what we need. We need that joy that keeps us laughing and smiling so that we can overcome those times that are difficult, that are painful. And what is the next key? The next key is hope. HOPE, hope. The next key is hope. Anchor in uncertain times. The next key is kindness. Small acts ripple